In this lecture, we will learn how to use the mates tangent and concentric. We will apply them to mate 4 parts to produce the following assembly. You can download the parts from the download section. So let's go ahead and start a new assembly file. So I'm going to new and then choose assembly. Click on browse and then I will select my base part, which is the block. I'm going to open it and then leave it here. Now I'm going to insert more components. Now the 3 other components are the same, so I'm going to insert one and then I can go to insert components again and I will insert another one. One shortcut we can use is the control key. So if I press and hold control and then I click on this model and then I move the mouse, you will notice that we create a copy of it. Now that we have all the parts, let's go ahead and start restraining them. So go to mate. Now we want to have the cylinder shape inside this hole. So to do that, we can have a concentric relation. So I can choose the outer surface of the cylinder and then I can choose the inside surface of the hole and then apply the relation concentric. Again, you will notice that SolidWorks usually automatically assume a relation. In this case, SolidWorks assumed the relation concentric, which is what we want. So I'm going to click OK. Now if I click and hold this cylinder and I move it, you will notice that it only moves up and down through the hole. It can still rotate and it moves up and down. So we want to also restrain this up and down movement, so we can use the relation coincident. So if I click on the upper surface of the cylinder and the upper surface of the block, apply the relation coincident and click OK. Now this cylinder only rotates and cannot move up and down. If those are all the restraints we want, we can just leave the shape like this. However, if we want to fix this rotation, we can apply more relations to do that. So let's go ahead and try that out. Let's say I want this inside surface of the cylinder to be parallel to this outer surface of the block. So I can click both surfaces, apply the mate parallel and click OK. Now you will notice that the cylinder does not move. If you exit the mates, you will notice in the design tree there is no minus sign next to the part, which means it's fully restrained. So let's go back to mate and then restrain the other parts. In the first part, we applied the relation concentric using 2 surfaces. We can apply the same relation using edges. So if I select the edge of the cylinder and then the edge of the hole, you will notice I can apply the relation concentric again, this time using edges instead of parts. You can also apply the relation coincident or the relation tangent. We want to apply the relation concentric, so let's go ahead and do that. And now we can only move the part vertically. Let's go ahead and do a coincident as well. Now we can only rotate the part. Assuming for show purposes, we want to keep the parts in such a way that we can rotate it to show a certain functionality. So we're just going to leave it like that. So let's go ahead and apply the relation tangent to the last cylinder. So I'm going to click on this surface here and then this other surface, and I will have them tangent to each other. Now you will notice if you move, it will always be tangent to the surface. It still moves up and down, so let's go ahead and restrain that as well. I'm going to have the upper surfaces coincident with each other And now you will notice it can only move tangent to the block. Assuming we want to simulate that the block and the cylinder are both magnetic, and so we're going to keep them tangent to each other. Exit the mates, and we have just completed our assembly.